We just returned from our Band of Brothers tour operated by the beaches of Normandy, and I'll provide a more detailed review at the end of the video. But I have to say, overall, it was phenomenal. We had a great time, great tour, great tour guide, and a lot of information on the tour. So I would suggest if you take this tour that you arrive a day or two early and enjoy the sights of Paris. We arrived one day earlier and really enjoyed our day in Paris. The 9-day tour that we took starts at the Paris airport, and we spent the first 3 nights in Cannes, which is in the Normandy region, visiting the beaches, cemeteries, and museums. We then drove to Bastogne and visited the War Museum and the Ardennes Forest where the Battle of the Bulge took place. The last 3 nights were in Munich, where we visited Dachau and Hitler's Eagle's Nest near the town of Berchtesgaden. We're at William the Conqueror's Castle here in Cannes. Lots of old churches.
I'm not as famous as he is.
Thank you.
Winters is major. He's the highest ranking guy. He was
Day 2 of the tour, and we are at Omaha Beach. This is where the Allies landed. They were supposed to land a couple miles north, but the sea currents drifted them south, which ended up being a good thing because there wasn't as many fortifications here by the Germans. That's the museum over there, which is one of the fortified turrets that we had in the German army. This is the beach where they came ashore, and came ashore around mid-tide so they could get over all the obstacles that the Germans had put in the sea, and it was also low enough to where the guys went around. We're in the town of St. Église, which was the first town liberated by the paratroopers, and the entire town is a monument to them. One of 6 German cemeteries here in the Normandy region. And I'm sure this is going to be a stark difference between we'll see tomorrow at Normandy for the American cemeteries. But all of the Germans were left here compared to the Americans, where 61% of the American soldiers were brought home after the war. Day 3, and we're at the German pillboxes here. There are 4 of them. They're located 300 yards off the ocean here, or the North Sea, because they have a range of 13 miles, and they had a forward observation post there to give them coordinates of where to shoot. So there's one over there is intact, and then there's 2 more that are over here this direction.
I would say made the floor level higher than what it was originally. Yeah. So normally this is where should have been installed the rangefinder. It looks like Jesus on the cross, like this, with the T-shaped optical device it is. and that was normally at the level of the horizon line to collect the necessary data coordinates for the gunners to open fire with the guns.
We're in Omaha now, and it's where the British and U.S. forces build a entire harbor here in a matter of a couple months, which was equal to the size of Dover, which took 7 years to construct. This was provide a place to unload all these supplies and equipment to move towards the front. So this was used until the fall of '44, and then it was abandoned because the front had moved over towards Belgium and Germany. But these caissons are 5 stories tall that create this breakwater area here. And there's hundreds of them that were put in, towed from Europe, and then sunk down into the water, and they're pretty much permanent structures now. We are at Omaha Beach, which 900 American casualties occurred a few hours of landing, and 3,400 casualties. You can see it's a long beach area here with all the hundreds of fortifications and gunneries that the Germans had along here. Almost an impossible situation. Eventually they were able to gain a foothold and work their way up the slopes here and build the roads to get all the equipment up inland. This is one of the gunneries that shot across the beach, killed hundreds of men. There's also a one in the cliff clear up there. Another one there. So this gunnery was designed to strafe the beach against the armies coming up on the beach there. It wasn't designed to hit the ships. You can see that bunker wall there to help protect this area, but this one was hit. And a piece of concrete came down and destroyed the gun, which ended up saving probably thousands of lives because they shoot clear along this beach for miles. Bastogne today, and we visited the War Memorial and Museum on the outskirts of town, which is a must-see. Pretty fascinating museum. Then we went to the 101st Airborne little museum, which was pretty much a waste of time, but still interesting to see. Now we're just getting our Belgian chocolate, and then we can go for a tour of the Ardennes, where the battles were fought this afternoon.
Thought about the start of the war on the side of the German army, we always imagine it as a big mechanized army with a whole lot of tanks. Not really true. Most of the German army is still bicycles or horse boom. There's only a few divisions in the German army.
So we are in the Ardennes where the battles took place. The Band of Brothers here. Here's some foxholes that have been redug out for some movies. Obviously, they've filled in over the years. But yeah, this is the forest where the battles took place. General McAuliffe was the guy that said nuts to the Germans when they wanted to have a ceasefire. Once they got that letter from the Germans, they knew they had the upper hand, because that's the only way the Germans would want to have the ceasefires. They didn't have the supplies and food, materials, and equipment to take back the town of Bastogne. George Patton is buried here at the Luxembourg Cemetery in Luxembourg. And you can see that group of people up there. He's up there buried kind of off by himself, overlooking his troops. There's about a little over 5,000 American troops that are buried here. I think there's like 5 from Easy Company. And then these fountains are the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John fountains spread throughout the cemetery. Dachau, the birthplace of the concentration camps. This is where it all started. Just 7 weeks after Hitler took power, they converted this old factory area to the camp, where anybody that opposed the Nazis were sent here. It was not an extermination camp, it was more of a work camp where they worked 12, 14 hours a day. And a lot of torture took place over here in this building. This is the gate where the Americans liberated prisoners. Probably the most disturbing part of the tour is where they were brought in to be their uniforms deloused, and then they were put into the gas chambers here. And then they had the crematoriums. They also had the rooms in between where they piled up the bodies, waiting to be thrown into the crematoriums. Four crematoriums that they had. And this is the chamber here. And the gas chamber here. the world famous Hofbrauhaus. Got a sample of beer.
So einfach auf der Rückseite.
Part of the vast network of bunkers that were constructed towards the end of the war for near Berchtesgaden for Hitler and the Nazis. We just saw a small part of it, but there's several miles of tunnels that was here that would house quite a few people. The tunnel that we take over to the elevator that goes up about 120 meters up to the Eagle's Nest. It's amazing how much effort they put into constructing this with the road and tunnels and several years of forced labor to make all this happen. This is Hitler's Eagle's Nest. Fortunately, the view is terrible today with the clouds. I believe this is Eva Braun's room. We have to pretend we can see something here. With all the fog up here, we can't see anything.
Thanks for letting me be me on this trip.
And you are you, for sure.
Thanks for letting me be a part of your trip. I enjoyed it really.
Well, we loved having you guys with us. It was a great trip, wasn't it?
You're great. You guys are great traveling companions.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Ready, go.
Hi, Luna Speaks. I'm Rana. This is Jerry. We're from Pittsburgh, PA. This has been the best trip ever.
Yes, it has.
This has been like a bucket list that's just checked off 100 times. So it's great to meet you guys. It was a blast.
Yeah, we had a great group, didn't we? Yeah.
Lou and Sherry from Omaha. Fantastic trip. Chance of a lifetime. I'd do it all over again. I've even told a couple friends about it. They might be signing up. So we'll see.
I have to say, the group from Ohio, you guys made the trip. So
Oh,
thanks
good.
for the fun.
We didn't know you too much.
No, it was hilarious.
Yeah, there's the culprit right there.
I'm Dan from Plant City, Florida. My daughter Kristen, my grandson Justin. We had a great trip. Enjoyed the bus rides with everybody. Enjoyed all the activities, and it's been an awesome trip.
Yes, it has. Yeah. Great. Glad you guys are along with us. It's a good time.
Thank you for coming to this trip. I really enjoyed travel with you guys.
It's a great time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Gunner.
Gunner. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. It's my son Gunner. If you're ever thinking about doing any trip or coming over here, highly recommend Beaches of Normandy. You can't go wrong. This was an amazing time.
Yep, sure was, wasn't it?
I'm Gary. This thing exceeded the most expectations. Really enjoyed all the people, and the tour was absolutely fantastic.
Hi, I'm Mac. This trip has been incredible. It's really surreal, the places that we hit, and being able to tie it to major points in history. So,
Pretty awesome trip, wasn't it? Yeah, good deal.
My name is Aaron Berard, coming from Columbus, Ohio. This is my wife, Olga. We just got done with the Band of Brothers tour, a 9-day one through Europe, and it was incredible. Learned a
whole lot, and I thought I knew a lot about World War II. Got to see a lot of things and drink a lot of good beer, meet a lot of great people.
Great time.
I don't really have much more to say.
Yeah, it was a great trip, wasn't it?
It was great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it was my first bus trip, so I was a little worried about that.
The driver, incredible.
Yeah, Yano.
Yeah.
I do not want to drive.
He's the best driver I've ever seen. The way that he was able to get that bus through the mountain switchbacks, the Autobahn, the small cities, dealing with the drivers out here.
Highly recommend.
He drives it better than I could drive a Honda Civic through these same roads.
Yeah. Well, did you see him getting back through the fence back here? I mean, he's got like 3 inches to spare, so. Yeah.
Great.
All right, well, thank you very much. Our trip is pretty much over, Band of Brothers, and we had a great time, and here is Lori and Rich, our travel companions. So, Lori, what do you got to say? I know you're not shy.
I am not. I am. Beautiful countries. I love the area. I put up with you guys, and that was hard to do.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio, Cincinnati area. No, it was very interesting, very good. I would do this all over again. Recommend this to anybody. It was hard going through the Dachau concentration camp, seeing the pictures and hearing the stories of how horrible, evil people can be. I enjoyed the Paris and Utah Beach where Uncle Don was. The whole trip, beautiful, excellent.
Hello. Anything to add, Rich?
No, she covered it.
She covered it, as usual? Yeah.
As usual.
Patty? Okay. Nothing to add. All right.
Wonderful.
You kept everybody entertained on the trip.
Yes. Don did.
Don did.
Did you get Don?
I did get Don.
Bye, till next time. Maybe we'll go to Rome, Italy next time.
We decided to take the 9-day economy tour. There are more longer tours. I think there's an 11-day tour and also more expensive tours depending on your taste of hotels. The hotels we had were mid-range and worked great for us. If you want a more high-end experience, then you might look at the other tours. We weren't there for the hotels, so this option worked great for us. The tour includes your breakfast, but it does not include your lunches and dinners or the entry fees to the museums. Our guide, Barry, who is from Hungary, was exceptional. He's very personable and he had a wealth of information and just made the trip very enjoyable. The specific tour guides at Normandy, Bastogne, and Munich were also very good and knowledgeable. The cost of the trip was $3,300, not including lunches and dinners and flights and so forth. I felt it was a good deal for the exceptional experience that we had. There was a fair amount of walking, so you need to be mobile for this trip. Some days we were walking 2 to 3, maybe even a little bit more. But there was also enough downtime in between the tours to relax. But our group was a very good group, which made the bus rides a lot of fun. And we did have one character on our bus, and for those that were on our tour, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But this guy made the trip a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. So my overall rating for the trip, 9.5 out of 10. I think the only thing is some of the breakfasts could have been a little better. The hotels were okay, but obviously we were on the economy tour, so maybe if we were willing to spend a little more money, I would have given it a 10. But the tour itself, phenomenal. If you're into history, I would definitely recommend that you take this tour, or at least consider it. And also, finally, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Places.